Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Love SND podcast, where we talk about life and parenting and everything in between. Today's episode is called I Love My Kids, but I also love when they're asleep. Because let's be real, we all love our kids, but there is something truly magical about that moment when at like 8 p.m. the house is silent and it feels like we literally just crossed the finish line of a marathon that we trained zero for. Am I right?
You are right.
Obviously, I can't have this conversation alone. So joining me today are my two sisters, Sheena and Nina.
Hi.
Ladies.
Hi.
All right. How are we feeling? How did you guys survive the 3 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. battle yesterday?
Oh, I survived it perfectly fine. So I think let me just give you a little bit of context. Dipsy has all tiny little kids. Nina has like mid to tiny little kids, and I have the older boys. And so it's very different from me. I think I'll let Nina go first because she's like the middle of the road for us, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think for us, because we have the one little and then the two bigs are very self-sufficient now. So they'll let us know, I have an activity today, I have a test tomorrow, and they navigate their own thing. Really, the only times we as parents need to step in is one, if they need help. Two, we're screaming at them because they're running late to whatever they know they have to do anyway. Or three, screaming at them to come downstairs because it's time to eat dinner. So really every single day is like copy paste of put your shoes on, we got to go here, come downstairs, the table's set the table, dinner's ready, and so on it goes round and round every day, same old, until Friday.
I am
which is like everybody eats really, really quickly, and then we watch a movie, and it's awesome.
Yeah. And then Dip has like the polar opposite of that.
Literally these kids,
the polar opposite.
I feel like my anxiety starts crawling up at like 2:50 and 3 p.m. Bam, everybody's home. We're like, what's for snack? Why is your lunchbox and your book bag and your shoes all over the house? And like unpacking their homework and showing me everything and the stories, the unlimited stories about this person said this and this happened today and oh my God, did you know?
It's just, and also they're all trying to tell you at the same exact moment.
Literally, they all feel the urgent need to tell me like in 1 second.
But I will tell you one thing. When that ends, it is so sad. So it's like the boys come home now and they're like, they have their snack on their own. They go to their rooms, they're doing their homework, whatever. They come down at dinner or first activities or whatever it is. And I actually crave wanting to know what happened at school. What did they learn? What did they do? Show me your homework. So I'll go back to you and just say, I know it's really crazy in the moment, but just try to enjoy it a little bit at a time because when it ends, it is brutal. Like you will be craving that, like, somebody show me your artwork. Anybody show me something you drew. It's really sad.
The other thing is that every day, there's always the whole what's for dinner question. And that's like a whole episode in and of itself because that question is just like, it is the most triggering question that exists for us. But
unless you have a
every
plan.
Single day. Unless you have a plan, sure.
Nina.
This has lots of plans. We just don't know what happens to them.
Exactly. But every day I imagine that we're all going to sit at the table for dinner and we're going to have this beautiful conversation about what happened in our days and just like, this like very nice, calm conversation. And then dinner time hits and everybody finally gets on the table. And I'm like, I literally just want peace and quiet. Like nobody say a word. Just put the food in your mouth and chew and don't say anything.
Oh my God.
Do you guys
so
have
dramatic.
quiet? Do you have quiet dinners or do you have talk?
I feel like I think you're just like overwhelmed in this moment for like with everything happening because maybe you just can't handle the chaos, but I can't, maybe I'm just so far past it that I'm like craving it now. But like
Yeah.
when we sit down at the dinner table and have dinner, I love talking to them. Sometimes I can just put the TV on. I'm like, no, talk to me. Somebody talk to me.
You
But
two
we
should
have,
like family swap.
I
Like
know,
take
No,
each
she
other's
could
kids.
never. She could never handle my kids.
I feel like I've been there, but I feel like you also just forget. You forget so quickly all the chaos and all of that. And then you're like, God, why is life so boring? Like they don't want to talk. They're just on their phones texting their friends. I'm like, hello, anybody. So I feel
Nina,
like you're
do you have
in it.
quiet dinners?
No, I feel like that's the time when we ask them all the bigger questions because we can talk about it all together. Like we've been
Yeah.
reminiscing a lot about the trip and kind of what are Naya's plans now. She's going to high school and what kind of things is she interested in and should she take the honors class of this or not? And then Neva will chime in and be like, "Well, this is what I'm like, but you're in 7th grade. You still have a year. Calm down." And then
Yeah.
Nessa will go off on her tangent about wanting to do cheer and gymnastics, and I'm like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
But it's good because I think
Oh, good.
otherwise, even I'm constantly go in terms of work and doing, all of the other things that we do. And Neil's constantly on the go. Otherwise, we're being Ubers. And so that maybe 20, 25 minutes that we have all sitting down at the same time on each other's agenda, it's nice because, again, like Sheena's saying, that ship is going to sail and everybody's going to have nighttime things or whatever it may be,
whatever,
whether
yeah.
it's studying or social activities or friends things. And
Oh
we
my God,
cherish that
we
right now.
are in such different places in
So
life.
different.
It's so
But
crazy.
You know what, though?
We've been there.
I do, part of me thinks that you keep saying that. And so that's what you're seeing, right? Because
Yeah.
what you think is what you'll see.
Yeah.
But I do think that if you think about the fact that that is your together time, when they're learning from each other and they're learning from you and they're seeing how does mommy behave when she's sitting at the dinner table and they see how is daddy behaving when he's sitting at a dinner table, how do they use their utensils, what order do they eat their food, like there's still a lot of learning happening. So if you just shift your focus from the noise, because your day is full of noise from morning to night, to what are they getting out of this experience that happens for them routinely every night, consistently with the same people? How are they molding each other as they go through these motions? Because even Zuri, who could not sit still for the life of her, will now actually want to sit on the big girl chair on her booster because she wants to be like everybody else at the table. So there is this maturing happening that you're missing because you're so caught up by the
Noise and chaos. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're
know?
right.
Yeah.
You're right. And it is very hard because the minutes or hours leading up to dinner are so chaotic that like
chaos.
you just want the quiet so badly. But you're right.
Well,
That dinner time is probably not that time.
Right. And that's what that 8 to 11 is for.
Yeah. The quiet.
Yeah. So let's get into that 8 to 11 because I don't know about you guys, but I feel like as soon as they hit the bed and their eyes close, which also is a whole other episode in that our bedtime routine is crazy. You're fighting about brushing, you're fighting about showering, you're fighting about how much time you have left to read, you're fighting about did you do your homework, you're fighting about you didn't do my JJ, can you do it again? Like there are just a million conversations like those time extender questions that are happening. So as soon as they close those itty bitty little eyes of theirs, I'm like, it is as if like this just like feeling of like peace
Do you have that feeling, Dean? I feel
comes
like
over
it's
me.
a little dramatic for me on this side, so I'm just trying to see if I'm the only one. I don't have that overwhelming feeling of peace.
It is,
I'm just
it
like,
is
I miss
overwhelming.
my babies already.
Oh my God, no.
Wake
No.
up.
I really think you two
Oh
should
my-
switch.
I am ready. This summer, you take my kids, I'll take your kids, and I'll put them in all the Philly camps and
Yep.
sports things, and they'll love it. And you just take my children.
Meanwhile, yesterday, Shaylin's like, Mom, are we really taking Zuri for the summer? I'm like, no, don't worry, Shaylin. It's going to be fine. We're not taking He's like, I don't know about all that. I'm like, okay.
Well, you are. We didn't sign her up for any camp because you promised you take her.
I'm going to put her in a full-time camp. Morning to
Yeah,
night.
do it. All right. So tell me, what are you guys doing when you have some time reclaimed for yourself? You've done dinner, you've done all your work, you're just done. And it's 8 o'clock, the kids are asleep. What are you doing?
Is the kitchen clean yet or no?
Yes, the kid.
Oh, okay.
Because that's 11 o'clock for Nina.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Did we
it's
get to
11.
that part
Well,
yet of
I
the
guess.
day?
But also your sense of like peace and serenity is cleaning. So like, is that what you're doing?
Sure. Actually, yeah.
Or cooking or making
man.
something that really
Yeah.
isn't
It'll be
needed in
like the
that moment.
nighttime, like that second high of like, okay, I have my second wind. I'm gonna go make chakri for everybody, or like I'm gonna go. I've sent you pictures of like
I
the
know,
whole
that's how
kitchen
we're seeing it.
explodes again, and then poor Neil, who has like taken over dishes responsibility, will be like, dude, I just finished everything. Why?
Yeah.
And I'm not the like cook and clean up after myself, like each part of the task. No, I just like everything's out.
Oh my God.
And he's like, why? And I'm like, you don't have to get involved in this part. This is just like,
you're
"Ma,
like,
I'm
I'll
gonna do
just
what I
be
need
up
to
till
do,
2
and then
a.m. cleaning.
I'll clean up,
I'll
and
be up.
that's my night."
That's also mom.
That's also mom.
So everybody knows
100%.
that.
Literally,
Literally
you are
our mother.
like repeating my childhood, except
Yeah.
Neil gets out of the second wind. I did not get out of the second
Yeah.
wind. I'm like, Ma, please, what the F?
No, the never-ending dishes. I know. It still happens. Yep.
And like when Ma was doing it, it was like, oh, I can't just leave her by herself. You two are off in college doing your thing. And I'm like, damn, now I have to sit here and
Yep.
clean all her damn dishes.
I feel like I'm right in the middle. No, that's the lie. I'm probably closer to the. No, I don't even know where I am in this mess of a mess. I quit. I'm by myself. I think I'm the only one that's sanely, comfortably, and healthily in a after bedtime place. Like I remember when the kids were little, all of us were very strict about 7:30 on the dot. Everybody's in bed. We were very strict about their schedule, but bedtime was 7:30. If everybody's home and in bed by 7:30. And I think that created really great habits for the kids, like just getting to bed early, getting a healthy amount of sleep. And I think someone once told me sleep is when they grow. And then in my mind, I was like, you guys need to sleep like 15 hours a day at this point, like just sleep. And so that hasn't really left me. So I love when they get a healthy amount of sleep. It makes me happy. So it's not, we don't fight about it. Like everybody just knows, like now my kids' bedtime is 9:30 just because they're teenagers. They have a lot more going on. But everybody knows, like 9:30, it's bedtime. We're going up to brush, do whatever bedtime routine, shower, change, get into bed. I am not screaming at anybody. I just say, hey guys, 9:15, 15-minute warning. Everybody go up and do your thing. But again, I've been where you were, Dip. I've never been where Nina was, not once in my whole entire life. And the chaos was chaotic. Like it's just about training the kids into what they know needs to be done. I think you still have very little ones that don't really understand that schedule. So you'll get there, but for me, it's like they go to bed and I'm still doing the same thing I was doing. Like either, like after the kitchen and everything's wrapped up, I love mindless TV with everything in my soul, like Love Island, Bachelorette, like those things. So that's my like after everybody's done, the kitchen's cleaned up, everything's sorted. I watch that for a little while, and I'm a late sleeper, so I just kind of just like dig into crazy TV for like hours. That's a mess for me. The 8 to 11. I wish I could just put myself to bed at like 9:30. Be like, you're done for the day, just go to sleep. Wake up at 5, go to the gym. But that's not in my soul anywhere. I try to look for it, it's just not there. I'll get there.
I cannot remember. I can remember actually. That's a big ass lie. The last time we watched nighttime TV was before COVID.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Like, yeah. Like we don't turn the
not watch
TV on, not
TV?
during the day, not at night. We're either working or cooking or reading or doing another hobby project, we don't watch TV. We're just not TV people. So when Sheena's like,
Both of
oh,
you?
somebody told me about the show and I binged the whole thing till 3 a.m. I'm like, what are you saying?
Oh my God,
It's a
that
Mindy
is
Kaling
such a
show.
weird thing to say.
Oh my God, I
Nene.
love
No.
TV.
I think the time we watch TV now is Friday nights with the kids. We'll find like a funny movie and that's like our dose of TV.
Even
Both
Neil?
of us are not TV people.
Even Neil?
Even Neil.
But he's
The TV
watched,
literally
like,
never goes on.
shows.
We have to like cancel all our subscriptions because we don't watch
Wait.
anything.
Have you guys watched Schitt's Creek?
No.
Okay, this is why I just don't understand you. Like,
Yeah.
Why?
there are like
There are amazing shows out there. You watch
there
Game
are
of Thrones.
like
When did you watch
societal
that?
that was
shows
like
out there that you need to
pre-2020,
watch.
right? Game of Thrones was pre-2020.
Yeah. Oh my God,
That's
you're
the
missing
last
out
show we
a
watched
lot.
together.
You're really
That was
missing
it.
out a lot.
You
It's
really
we
are
watched
missing out.
I know. We watched one episode of Nobody Wants This with Kristen Bell. And that was what, 2.5 weeks ago? I give up.
Oh my
Wait, okay,
God.
just watch Schitt's Creek and then be done with all of that again.
First of all, when
No,
did
no,
you
I-
even change that? You were like, Ted Lasso, Ted Lasso, Ted Lasso's everything. And then you were like, shrinking is better than everything.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Oh yeah. I also stand by Ted Lasso and Shrinking, but Schitt's Creek is literally
fun.
the best show.
Yeah.
The best show. Also, Shrinking is really
fought
good.
me that
Okay, wait.
forever. You fought with me on that forever. Every time you send a comedy show, I'm like, this is so dumb. Like, this is so. Do not watch Shrinking, Nina.
No, it's okay. I don't have time anyway. Don't worry.
Love that show.
I've heard good things about that show.
I can't even get to the second season because the first one was brutal.
Okay, wait. How often are you guys actually being? Well, Neen, I hate that how productive you are because it makes me feel really bad about myself.
You
Because
shouldn't.
I
I
like
food up.
Sheena.
Everybody just has different ways of decompressing, right?
Yeah, I want to be productive and decompress. I think that the most productive time I have after bed is like at 8 p.m. when it is silent. If I walk into my bedroom, game over. Like I will crawl into bed and like Sheena, like I'll watch a show. Even at that time Friends is on TV and I'll just literally watch like 5 episodes of Friends and fall asleep.
I don't do.
But if I don't walk into my bedroom and I go back downstairs, the only productive thing I'll do is edit a podcast episode. And that's it. Like cooking is not an option. Making lunches is not an option. Cleaning is not an option. None of that is happening.
Yeah.
But do you feel like the downfall is that you have a TV in your room? I mean, I do too, but it hasn't been turned on in, I think, since we moved in.
I don't. I don't
understand that.
You know what? When we built our house, I purposely did not put a TV that we can watch from our bed because I remember in the old house we used to just lay there for hours and watch TV. I'm like, not doing it again. It's hard to get out of bed or like go to sleep because the TV's on and it's like so like stimulating right before you close your eyes.
Yeah.
So this time I didn't do it. You don't watch your TV, do you? Oh yeah, you do have a TV right there.
Right in front of my face. And Such can only fall asleep to the TV. So like he
I
needs
like
that
noise.
decompression.
Probably white noise, maybe.
Yeah.
I
But
think
I
Such has
do
been
want to
like
take that TV out.
I think Such has been like that since childhood. Like I
Yep.
remember when we first started dating, Sammy and I when I went to their house and I was like, "Is there a TV on at like 2:00 in the morning?" And like Such could only sleep if there was a TV on in the background.
Yeah.
It probably turns it off now as an adult because you're there, but like I remember that. And I'm like, that's so weird.
Yeah.
White noise. Might be the
I think
solution.
half, if not more of the problem is that there's a TV in the bedroom.
Yeah.
So then that's just like an easy, like, oh, I can just do this.
Yeah.
But if that allows your brain to like actually decompress and come down a couple of notches and remove some of that anxiety and stress and feeling of anxiousness, then who cares? It's not forever. You
Yeah.
can always change these habits as the kids get older. But I don't think you should take it away from yourself just because.
Well, remember I was
Others
telling
don't.
you guys that I was like getting those shakes at nighttime?
Jitters,
It was
yeah.
actually TV phone related. So like as soon as I started taking my phone out, like now I don't look at my phone, well, I try not to look at my phone past 9. it started going away. So I know that watching TV is not good for you. And we did try for a couple of weeks to not watch TV before bed, and it is very, very helpful. I think you just fall into like the bad habits very quickly. And like, because it feels so good to just like lay in bed and watch TV and just like completely zone out, it's like, it's so easy to get back into those bad habits.
Does
Yeah.
your neck hurt? Like when you're just sitting there and like cranked up trying to watch the TV? I'm like, I can't even like get in a good position. I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
And then my neck hurts and then my back
Yeah.
hurts. I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
I don't think that I think they just lay.
Yeah, literally just like prop up on two pillows and lay. Sheen, are you ever productive?
Unless I have specific work that I need to get done, no. Like, unless I have, I mean, also, like, if I'm going out, that's productive. Communicating with people.
Oh, what a luxury. Going out after 8 p.m.
I literally going out before 8 p.m. You have children. What do you can't. I only go out after 8 p.m.
This is why Dip does brunches and not dinner.
Yeah.
Brunches are my jam.
I mean,
just had a
brunches are
brunch
fun.
before recording this.
Must be nice to have your life for real. Oh my God, is she serious?
Yeah.
This
dead
is why,
serious.
free
meanwhile,
time.
Nina was 45 minutes late to our podcast because she gotta work, guys.
I had a
To
work
leave my
call
meeting.
that ran 45 minutes over. What do I do?
know.
Yeah, definitely
Me-
not productive.
I want to know what you do when you are not productive. Like, give me a normal answer.
She's out. She goes out. Oh, that's
There's
brutal.
never
I
a
don't know
night
what
where
you-
the kids are asleep and Neil's not home and you're like, you know what? I just want to, what is it? What is it? What's your guilty pleasure?
Yeah. I'll have a glass of wine,
or 5.
red wine to be specific, from Evening Land in Oregon, to be even more specific.
Okay.
It's so good. It's so good. And then what will I do? Yeah, I'll put on an Indian movie, like one I've already seen, or
A
somebody
million
if
times.
somebody just told me something's really good. Like Dopati was so good.
So
I know
good.
Sheena didn't like it. I thought it was so good.
So good.
I'm still in my Shah Rukh Khan era. I can't get on board with any of these movies.
But like the current Shah Rukh Khan era is not so.
No,
Agreed.
but you know what he said? Oh my God, this is so off topic, but it was so good. Somebody was interviewing him online and they go, who is going to become the new king of romance when you retire? And he said, romance is going to retire with me. I was like, that is so true.
It's so
Isn't that
true.
You know,
So true.
that like that boy has not been developed yet.
I know.
I
No.
really thought Shahid Kapoor could have done it if he just stayed the course, but he wanted to go be all like diverse and stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, that went out the window.
It was so sad. I
I
was like,
also
oh my
think-
God, he's so right. He's just so right. It's sad.
I know.
I
Well,
also
Yash
think
Raj
the
is not with us anymore.
directors-
Subhash Guy is not with us
Yeah.
anymore. Then
Yeah,
when Shah Rukh
exactly.
retires, forget it. Like,
Yeah.
what's left?
Yeah.
Yeah, like no director wants to make that movie anymore because it's not
Yeah.
like a blockbuster anymore.
But it is. They just don't know. I
They
guess
just
like,
don't
Gen
know how
Z
to
is
do
different.
it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
need
right.
me there. They need me. I'll go fly. I'll fly there. I'll teach them how to throw those rose petals. It'll be fabulous.
Oh my God.
Dip. So fun. Okay, sorry. Let's get back on topic.
All right.
She's gonna have a field day editing this. We're all over the place.
I think for us, there's always this like moment we have where we look at each other and we're like, you know what, today was a really, really crazy day. Why do you think it was that way? Like, what could we do differently? And then we both promise ourselves that tomorrow is going to be a better day. We're not going to yell at the kids. We're not going to rush things. We're going to be flexible about them brushing their teeth. Like, that's one thing we can compromise on. Or like showering is the one thing we can like, oh, you know, we make all these promises that tomorrow's going to be a better day. And then bam, tomorrow comes and we're like, get up.
God, Dip, you need to really learn how to communicate in a calm manner.
You know what else might be helpful now that I'm hearing it out loud from you?
What?
Is if you guys actually divvy up, like I'll be in charge of brushing teeth and you be in charge of showers. And so you're not yelling about both things. You're only yelling
Yeah.
technically about one of the things, but like when both of you are on that same bandwagon for every task, it's like
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's probably
Yeah. So like what
frustrating
we
for the
actually,
kids too.
yeah, it is. And what we try to do is sometimes for 2 days, I'll do the nighttime routine and such will do the kitchen cleanup, and then we'll switch. The next 2 days, he does the nighttime routine and I do the kitchen cleanup, just so that each one of us are getting a break from nighttime routine, which is like the more hectic time. But I just want to put on the record, and it's very important to say that I think that loving your kids like immensely, but also needing a break from them is like, they're not opposite things, right? They can both coexist with each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We're human.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
always
I
be
feel like
humaning. Like,
I feel like when I at least complain about my kids, it's like I sound like I'm not happy in the situation, but God, these kids are freaking the best things that have ever happened. But they are just
we know you're obsessed with
so
them.
literally obsessed with all nine. It's not even like just my three. But it is that there is this moment of chaos that we're really in the thick of right now. And I know I can see like just 5 years from now,
You can
things
see
are
with our
gonna change.
kids. You
Yeah,
can see it with ours.
exactly. Yeah.
The best
So,
is
like,
going to be in those 5 years, hers are going to finally be like 10 and ours are going to be in college.
In college.
She's going to be like, but they're only 10.
can you
9.
imagine when Sean and Shaylin go to college, Zuri will be 8. 8.
And
Like, I don't even understand that number.
That's when I'll take. That's when I'll
Nessa's
take her.
age.
That's when I'll take her. I'll take
So
her
funny.
at that time.
Done. You guys all heard it
Lots
here.
of free time.
All right. So, for all the parents listening today, we want to hear from you. What do you do once your kids are in bed? Are you productive like Neen? Do you immediately shut your brain off like me? Do you turn the TV on and doom scroll like Sheen? Let us know. As always, you can catch us on YouTube where you can watch. You can find us on Spotify, and we will be chatting it up on Instagram with y'all. As always, thanks for listening. With love, S&D.
Bye.